God.
Hey loves, welcome to my channel. If you want to achieve this look, keep watching and don't forget like, comment, and subscribe. First, we're going to moisturize our face with a little bit of Shea Moisture, and I'm just going to rub that into my face. Let's use a little bit of lip balm. Using the NYX eyebrow gel, I'm going to spoolie out my eyebrow and outline my eyebrow to the shape I desire, and then we're just going to fill all that in. We're going to go in with our LA Girl Pro Concealer and use two different shades, using the lighter shade for the bottom portion of the brow. We're going to drag down the remaining of the concealer and just to get it all smooth. Now going in with the darker concealer, be sure to take your time because the brows make the face. Going in with our beauty blender, we're going to blend all that extra concealer out to give it a natural look. Now this is a personal preference. I'll go in with any regular blending brush and just blend all that out just to give it a natural look. Going back in and just touching up that brow. Using the concealer I used previously, I'm going to use that almost as an eyeshadow primer. Blending out this concealer is going to give us a nice and smooth canvas to work on. Let's grab our Morphe James Charles palette and going in with the color Rusted. Go ahead and pack that on there, sis. After I do that, I kind of go in with like a sweeping motion with my brush just to get it all blended. Using the Morphe 3503 Fierce by Nature, going in with the color Red Alert. Start packing that color under the color we previously used and just get that color as vibrant as possible. Going in with our James Charles palette and using the color You're Kidding and packing that into between the two colors we previously used. This red is one of the darker reds we're going to use. It's just going to give it a depth to color just to make it pop a little bit more. Go ahead and try and blend both those colors together so it doesn't look as blocky as it looks right now. As you can see, blending is one of the key components to doing a perfect eye look. Really, we're going to keep blending till our arm falls off. Using the lightest shade of concealer you can find and making our cut crease. This step is really tedious, and please, 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 please be as careful as you can and take your time. You want this to be as clean as possible. I can't stress this enough. Going back in with the color You're Kidding and just putting that towards the end of your crease. Blend, honey, blend. Using the color Flashback in our James Charles palette and just using that as our cut crease color. Grabbing our Fierce by Nature palette again and going back in with the color Red Alert and just placing that onto the outer of the cut crease we started and just going to keep blending that in. I went back in with the Flashback color brush I used and just going back and forth to make the color as flush as possible so it can look as natural as possible, if that makes sense. Being as light-handed as I can using the Smoke Out color in the Fierce by Nature palette and just kind of brushing that on there. I just wanted to look a little more darker than what it was. Using my lashes from Lash Now, I'm applying those off camera. You definitely don't have to do this step. I just have a lot of dark marks on my face, so I use a little bit of concealer on the spots that are darker just so my foundation looks good. As you can tell, I do not use a lot of product. I just dab a little bit on there, and then we're just going to blend all that out. I sleep on this Maybelline Fit Me foundation. It's so bomb. I'm just dabbing the foundation all over my face just so I can make sure it's all covered all over my face. Using my beauty blender, I'm just going to blend in that foundation. Don't forget that nexus. Happy to turn. Hex no. This is kind of sort of my contouring steps I use. I just put on the necessary places I feel like they need to go. Blending that concealer out. This step right here is mandatory. This will literally make your eyes pop so good. I just went in with one of the red colors I felt that went with it the most. So this is the final look. Tell me how I did. Like, comment, and subscribe. P.S. Do y'all see these lashes though?